I admit it, another hoe got me finished. Broke my heart, oh no you didn't. Fuck sipping, I'ma down a whole bottle, hard liquor.
Mordecai and Rigby were messing around instead of doing their jobs. They were supposed to be raking the leaves, but instead they were relaxing and drinking sodas. But then, all of a sudden, a portal opened up, or more of a window into the future. It appeared right in front of them, and they both looked at each other, confused, and they decided to see inside of this window into the future. And when they looked inside, they saw Rigby flying a ship, along with the other people in the park, flying a house that was now a spaceship, but they all looked older. Pops, Skips, Benson, Muscle Man, High Fives, and Rigby all looked to be 20 years older and flying towards a giant battle station that surrounded a tornado. This really confused them, but they continued to watch to see what would happen next. They saw the future Rigby and park crew land inside the hangar of the battle station. And they saw Rigby and the park crew get out and start blasting what seemed to be enemies. Rigby thought this was really cool. Mordecai, though, was confused because he didn't see himself and wondered where he was. After watching the future park crew and Rigby get through the enemies, they saw them get to what looked to be a core of somewhat. Mordecai and Rigby continued to watch as they saw future Skips was about to destroy the core when all of a sudden they saw that the enemies surrounded the core and unleashed their blaster fire on to the park crew, who was known in the future as the Park Rangers. And as Mordecai and Rigby continued to watch, they watched as the enemies unleashed their blaster fire and kill future Muscle Man, Skips, High Five Ghost, and Pops. Mordecai and Rigby didn't expect to see this, and this struck fear into them. But then they both saw something that shocked them even more. They saw Mordecai with the enemy and what looked to be the enemy's boss. They didn't know what to say. Mordecai had betrayed them and let his own friends die in such a brutal way. Present, Mordecai and Rigby continued to watch as the only future park rangers left were now Benson and Rigby. Future Benson then yelled for future Rigby to leave and said that he would hold them off himself. Future Rigby then escaped into his ship. Benson stayed holding off the enemy. But future Benson didn't survive long, as he killed only a few of the enemies, and present Mordecai and Rigby watched as Benson succumbed to the immense amount of enemy blaster fire and watched future Benson die. Future Mordecai then got into his own ship and started to chase future Rigby. And then future Mordecai started to chase future Rigby throughout space. Then they got out of their spaceships. Future Rigby yelled at future Mordecai for betraying his own friends and letting them die. And he then said something that the present day Mordecai and Rigby never thought they would hear. They heard future Rigby say that we used to be friends, but not anymore. Future Mordecai then shot future Rigby in the chest, badly injuring him. And then future Rigby's ship flew off somewhere into the depths of space. And present day Mordecai and Rigby watched as future Mordecai laughed maniacally, and they watched as future Rigby slowly succumbed to his injury and died a slow and painful death. After they saw this, the window into the future closed, and Mordecai and Rigby didn't know what to think of this. They didn't want to believe it. Mordecai didn't want to believe it, that he would betray his friends, and most of all, Rigby, and that he would kill his own best friend. And after witnessing the horror they had just watched, they now both had an immense fear of the future that they knew they couldn't change.